Hello YouTube, Crazy Robot Lady here. Welcome to the world of TJ Barytales, Cartridge 3. Today's story, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, if you can remember back that far. I am 42 years old and I can still remember back that far. Yes, I'm 42 and I play with toys. Why? Because I love it. Alright, so today's cartridge is called My Very First Day of School. Once we're done here, time permitting, I will tell you a story of my very first day of school. It was not as happy as TJ's. But I digress. Let's go.
Hi! I'm so glad you're here. I call this story My Very First Day of School. Now, class, has everyone found their new friend? I said in my best teacher voice. Bella hugged the stuffed giraffe sitting next to her. Terrific. Now, everyone, repeat after me. Just then, I heard Daddy's voice. Shake a leg, TJ. It's time to go. I started hopping and wiggling my leg. Very funny, TJ. We need to go get your school supplies. My first day of school was the very next day, and boy, was I excited. We went to Mr. Handy Paw's shop to get the supplies I needed. Daddy looked at the list and said, "You find a backpack, and I'll work on the rest of the list." I was looking for one with Sammy Space Bear on it. He's my favorite. When I heard a voice behind me. "Hey, TJ!" It was my friend Connor. He was going into first grade and knew all about school.
Oh, he's a little bit older than TJ.
Connor said, "You're just gonna love Mrs. Beach. You know what they call her, don't you? Mrs. Screech." I said, "Really? Why?" But Connor's dad was calling him. He said, "I gotta go, TJ. I'll see you tomorrow." All the way home, I worried about Mrs. Screech. Why did they call her that? Would she be mean and yell a lot? Mrs. Screech sounded like a witch with a pointy hat and green fur. That night, I just couldn't get to sleep. Mommy came in and sat on my bed. She said, "I thought you might be nervous about tomorrow, but I think this might help." She pulled out something from behind her back. Wow! A brand new Sammy Space Bear lunchbox! Mommy said, "As long as you have this, it will be like I'm right there with you."
Oh.
I felt better already and fell asleep holding my new lunchbox. In the morning, I woke to the smell of Mommy's honey muffins.
Yum.
She packed my lunchbox while Daddy and I ate. Daddy looked up at the clock and said, "Time for the bus, TJ." I was a little nervous when the bus pulled up. And I gave Mommy and Daddy one more big hug. I squeezed the handle of my lunchbox and climbed aboard. It worked! I felt as brave as Sammy Space Bear. Inside, the bus wasn't so bad, and there, way in the back, was Connor. I sat beside him and waved goodbye as the bus pulled away. I asked Connor again about Mrs. Screech, but he just held his paws to his ears and made a silly face. You'll find out, was all he he said. It was a good thing I had my lunchbox to protect me. We pulled up to the school, and a pretty teacher with a big smile was there waiting for us. I turned to ask Connor if she was Mrs. Screech, but he was already gone. Mrs. Beach's class, please follow me, the teacher said, and led us inside. She took us to our classroom and asked us to find a seat. I thought, Mrs. Screech must be coming, and reached for my lunchbox. Oh no! It was gone! What was I going to do?
Oh no!
Just then, the teacher started singing. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. She sounded so funny, I couldn't help but smile. My name is Mrs. Beach, and I love to teach. So that's why they call her Mrs. Screech. We were so busy that morning that I forgot all about my lunchbox. During art, I made a drawing of Mrs. Beach. Allison, the bear sitting next to me, made a little brown cub out of clay.
Aww.
Next, it was time for music. We gathered around the piano and sang the alphabet song with Mrs. Beach. Everyone got to pick an instrument. Allison played the tambourine, and I banged on a drum. When it was time for lunch, Allison asked me why I wasn't eating. I told her I'd lost my lunchbox. She said, well, I have a blackberry sandwich. Would you like to share? Boy, did I ever! The rest of the day just flew by. When it was time to get back on the bus, I saw Allison waving at me from the back seats. She said, hey, TJ, is this yours? Whoa, she found my lunchbox! We talked and laughed all the way home.
Aww.
When the bus stopped in front of my house, Allison handed me the little bear cub she made. This is for you, TJ. I took it in my paw and sang, thank you, just like Mrs. Beach. I hopped off the bus and Mommy swept me up in a giant bear hug. I missed you, little dreamer bear, she said. I told her that I missed her too, but it felt like she had been with me somehow, even without Sammy Space Bear. Back home, I ran upstairs and opened my storybox. I wanted to always remember my first day of school. I placed the bear cub inside and said the special rhyme. I placed this keepsake in the box.
A future story it unlocks. Don't rhyme.
When I went downstairs, Daddy was home from work. He said, I heard you had quite a day, TJ. What would you like for dinner? I held out my lunchbox and said, how about lunch? The end. That was terrific. Want to help me sing my ABCs? Here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know our ABCs. Thanks so much for singing with me.
Oh. He does it a little different. He said, thank you.
If you want to sing a song
thanks so much
or
for
play a
singing with
game,
me.
push
And I
the
said,
blue button on my backpack.
Next time, won't you sing with me? I don't know. That was the way I learned it. Oh, my nose.
I like singing this song on the way to school. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 beep. The horn on the bus goes beep, 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 all through the town.
Am I certifiably crazy? I don't know.
If you want to hear a story, push the green button on my backpack.
What's the next one? We got a game, right? Yeah!
It's time for one of my favorite games. I'm thinking of something. Can you guess what it is? Let's go. I'm thinking of something that's really big, that is yellow, that takes bear cubs to school.
Oh.
Can you guess what it is?
Yeah. A bus.
It's the school bus.
Oh, man. Okay, that was so much fun. I hope I didn't leave anything out. Let me make sure.
Well, hello there. Want to help me sing my ABCs? I like singing this song on the way to school.
This and that.
Want to help me sing my...
Okay, we got it all.
I call this story...
No, let's not do it again, buddy. All right. Now, I will tell you about my first day of school. I don't remember if I've done this before, so if I did, sorry, but you're going to hear it again. My mom drove me to school, and then she left. I was a shook-up, crying wreck. My teacher tried to, let's see, her name was Miss Pendergrass. She tried to engage me and get me to play with the other kids, but I just sat there in a ball. Wah! And then, they started finger painting, and I thought the finger paint was just gross. I did not want to do that either. And then we had recess. Now that was fun. That was the very first time I had ever ridden a tricycle. And they had tricycles at my kindergarten. Now we didn't have like one of these nice safe playgrounds. We had a concrete slab thing that was inside of a bunch of rails. I have no idea what that was all about. Maybe it was a kitty cage. I don't know, but that was where we were. We had a little tricycle track, and then in the middle of the concrete thing, there was a round sand pit, and there was monkey bars in it. Yeah, I'm dating myself so badly. They got rid of monkey bars in later playgrounds, but this one looked like a giant, well, there were two of them. There was one that looked like a giant M that had like circular, spokey looking sections of bar. Like there's a wheel with spokes inside, and then it's stacked up on another wheel with spokes inside. And then it goes up and forms a point, and then you go down into the middle of the first archy thing of the M. Or maybe it was a W. Yeah, it might have been a W. Anyway, whatever. Dyslexia again. But then I actually started to have fun. Like, I started playing with these two kids. I remember their first names. Lance and Frida. Now, they was my friends after about 20 minutes. And then at the end of the day, after we came back in from recess, I started getting nervous again. And we were over at the play tea set or play kitchen table thing. Now, we had metal tea sets. Now, I'm sure they were lead loaded. But I was getting nervous again. And my friend Frida, she handed me a plastic, I can't remember if it was a cucumber or a banana, one or the other. Anyway, and she told me that it was a phone and that I could call my mom. So I called Mom, and she was Mom. Hey, Leslie, how are you doing? I'm good. I want to come home. Well, you can't come home yet. You gotta stay in school, okay? Bye. So, you know, I was very much eased by having that pretend conversation. And after that, I don't know, it just wasn't so bad anymore. Like, we all sat down on the rug and Miss Pendergrass started singing all kinds of crazy songs. And I got to play with some plastic farm animals. And I'd never seen them before. I didn't know what they were. So Miss Pendergrass took that time to, I guess, get to know me or something. Because she was telling me what all the animals were and what all their body parts were and what they did on the farm. And I don't know, it was... I'll always remember that. I hope I never forget it. Because I loved school after that. And when by the time I hit 3rd grade, I was willing. I love to read. I love to write stories. I had a lot of fun. The only things that really messed me up were math and chemistry. I did not enjoy that at all, and my dyslexia didn't help. So, anyway, guys, sorry for the ramble. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. As usual, like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell so you will know whenever I upload new content. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.